If you take care of your own space, whether that's a single bedroom or an entire family home, you're likely spending a decent amount of time cleaning your space and probably a good amount of money stocking those cleaning tools as well. But what if I told you that it was possible to thoroughly clean the spaces that you live in with just a few inexpensive and eco-friendly ingredients that you probably already have? Today, I'm sharing the DIY cleaning product recipes that I personally use in our home to clean everything from laundry to shower grime. These solutions are not only effective, but also non-toxic, which is a huge plus if you have kids or pets. I definitely feel much more at ease knowing exactly what's being used in our home to clean our surfaces, especially because our 1-year-old daughter touches practically everything she can get her hands on. So with that being said, let's get into it. So the first DIY cleaner here is called the all-purpose cleaner or universal cleaner, and it's super simple. So basically you're just gonna mix a 1-to-1 ratio of water. It can be straight from the tap, and then distilled white vinegar. If you would like to add some type of fragrance to this spray, you can use pure essential oils like 10 to 15 drops, pretty much to your own preference and taste. Alternatively, for a fresher scent, if you don't want to use essential oils, you can actually keep a little jar of distilled white vinegar in your kitchen, and anytime you use oranges, limes, lemons, you name it, whatever citrus product you might be using, you can cut those up into pieces and actually let them soak in that vinegar. So when the time comes to actually make this all-purpose cleaner, you can use a funnel and a strainer and just use that scented vinegar because it will have soaked up all of that citrus juice. This is kind of as natural as you can get when it comes to cleaners. Moving on to laundry detergent. This one I got really excited about, and while it does take a little bit more effort to make than just simply going to the store and buying detergent, it's much cheaper to make. So the ingredients for this are liquid cast-iron soap, baking soda, washing soda, coarse salt, essential oil, which is completely optional, water, and then whatever type of glass jar or container that you want to store it in. This particular recipe makes half a gallon of detergent, so obviously try and find a container that can fit this amount or split it into multiple after mixing everything in a glass bowl. So you're going to want to add the baking soda, salt, and washing soda to a large glass bowl or your given jar, and then you're going to add enough hot water just to dissolve those powders as best as you can. Once all of that stuff is dissolved, you're going to transfer it into whatever dispensing container you want to keep your detergent in. You're going to add in your cast-iron soap and those optional essential oils. And then after that, you're going to top it off with cold water and stir it gently to combine all of the ingredients. Depending on the size of the laundry load, I typically use like a 1/4 cup of this, but you can also go up to a 1/3 cup, a 1/2 cup, depending on the soil level of whatever it is you're washing. I did get this recipe from a video and website that I found, so I am gonna link that below for you if you're interested in reading her full article. So far, it's been working really well for us, and I'm finding that our laundry is even brighter than it was when we were using regular commercial detergent, and it feels really good knowing that I'm making this stuff. I really enjoy kind of that crafty part of creating it myself. The next DIY recipe is for a cleaning paste, which can be used for a variety of purposes. For me specifically, I really like to use this on the grout in our shower as well as on the bathroom floor, but I've also used this paste to clean really stubborn containers and pots and pans. What you're going to want to do is mix a 1/4 cup of baking soda with 2 tablespoons of dish soap and then add water bit by bit to make it into a paste. I just do this in a little bowl and I mix it with a chopstick. You can really create it into your own desired consistency. It's not that serious. And then the way that I use this in our shower is I will take a little scrubber brush and apply this paste to the grout lines, and then I'll go ahead and spray that with my all-purpose cleaner, which helps to really work with the baking soda because there's vinegar in that spray to lift any dirt and grime that is in that grout. And then I'll leave that to sit for 10 to 15 minutes, and that essentially just lets it do its own job. After that bit of time, I'm, cleaning the rest of the bathroom. I'll go in and scrub that and then rinse it away. It honestly works wonders, and it's really helped to brighten up our grout because it is kind of an off-white color. And it's very obvious when it's not clean, so I super appreciate this cleaning paste specifically for that reason. One of the products that is not really a cleaning product, but I guess it can kind of fall into this category, that I feel like we were going through a lot of was hand soap in the kitchen. We have bar soap in the bathroom, which works well, and I feel like it lasts a long time. But in the kitchen, we do prefer something with a pump versus a bar, just to keep that whole space cleaner. So I have found a recipe for hand soap, and I will note that this does create more of a runny consistency. So particularly in our home, we use an old foaming pump for an old hand soap that we had. And I find that that is a really nice combination. You can use a regular soap pump, but it is going to come out in much more of a watery consistency. So just keep note of that if you're gonna try this one out. What you're gonna wanna mix is 1 cup of liquid castile soap, 1 cup of water, and 1 tablespoon of a carrier oil. So that could be olive oil, almond oil, you could even use coconut oil. And then optionally, if you want to add fragrance, you can add 10 to 15 drops of pure essential oils. Pretty much whatever scent, tickles your fancy, choose that, mix it all together. You can shake it up a little bit and then pour it into whatever dispenser you'd like to hold it in, and voila, your own handmade hand soap. It's super budget friendly and completely customizable. You can make a larger portion of this and keep it in the cupboard to refill your dispenser bottle, and it's gonna save you so much money over time, and it feels good knowing exactly what is in your hand soap too. Everything that I've mentioned in this video, all of those recipes are all that I use now. I use it on windows, mirrors, I use it on every surface in our house that I can possibly clean, and it's been working really, really well. I feel like we've kind of turned a corner in the whole cleaning category because there's no need to go out and buy those specialized cleaners. So I hope that you feel inspired after watching this to try out some of your own DIY recipes, whether that's these ones or something you find online. I think there's a lot of value in making your own products. And it's great peace of mind knowing what's being used in our homes too. I'd love to hear all of your experiences regarding handmade cleaning solutions, so feel free to leave them in the comments. And if you're looking for more inspiration on keeping your space clean, clutter-free, I've got a whole playlist on that, which I will link above for you to check out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.